How you doing? My name's Andy McGregor, and this video is going to cover popular two-parted jig, Merrily Danced the Quaker's Wife. What we're going to do, we're going to break the tune down into phrases and bars and just slowly work our way through it, try and sort out any problems that you might come across. So the first phrase then, first two bars, nothing should really catch you out here. Just remembering the pattern of a jig. The 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, that pulse beat that runs the whole way through it. So nice and slowly then, after a count of 4, the first phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4. Three, 4. 3, 4. And if there's any players that the burl causes a problem, you could replace it with a GD. 3, 4. Three, 4. So into the second phrase then. And one part that might possibly catch you out is the E strikes. So you've got the D, we're going to take it from the D up to the E with no grace note, no embellishment, and then there's a G grace note and then the strike. So we'll just take that whole phrase now then. 3, 4. Three, 4. Three, 4. So let's go for the whole of the first line then. After a count of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Three, 4. Progress onto the second line. The first phrase in the second line is exactly the same as the first phrase in the first line. So we're going to move on to the second phrase. And one bit in the second phrase that might catch you out is the shake on D. So just at the beginning, keep this nice and open. And you want a pattern of 1, 2, 3. So they're all even, each grace note in the strike. So G grace note, E grace note, strike. And then as you gradually speed it up, close it up. Always making sure that you can hear every single grace note in the movement. So if we go for this second phrase then, first time you play the second phrase, you play a low A and go back into the part. So we're going to go back into this, just this first beat. So we're going to play this first time, drop down to the low A, and then go back into the start of the part again. 3, 4. Three, 4. Now this time we're going to do the second time bar. And then go into the second part. So just that first beat group. So you play this bar, then the second time bar, and then you drop into the second part. 3, 4. And there's a grace note missing off this on the music. So let's do the whole line, the whole of the second line. In fact, we'll just take it up to that first time bar. And what we'll do is we'll go back into this again, back into the repeat of the part. 3, 4. Three, 4. Three, 4. So we're going to do the whole part repeated, and we're going to put it in the metronome. Now for this, when it's nice and slow, you can use the polyrhythm. We're going to do it at 50 BPM with the polyrhythm going the whole way through it. And this really helps you play all the notes, give the exact value to all the notes. So after a count of 4, first part twice. 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the repeat of the part, we finished here with the first beat group in the second part. So into the second part, in the first phrase. Nothing in this should really catch you out if you practice it slowly at the beginning. So we're going to go for the whole of this first phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4. Three, 4. Three, 4. The second phrase in this line is almost identical to the second phrase in the first line, apart from this last note. So you go up to the E here at the end of the line. So just have a listen to this. 3, 4. Three, 4. So we're going to take the whole of the first line in the second part. After a count of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Three, 4. Three, 4. Okay, so the second line, the second part, and we're going to go back into it again on the repeat. So the second line, this line is just a combination of the first phrase in the line above and the second phrase in the first part with the E. So we're just going to play this whole line. After a count of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's back into the part again. We'll just do that again. 3, 4. Let's do the whole of the second part repeated. Again, we're going to put it on the metronome with the polyrhythm at 50 BPM. So join in after a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There is a variation in this part, which we'll just have a little look at now. And the way that I would do this is that I play the tune through once with that repeat, and in the second time of playing the tune through, I would go from this D to this bar, and then play the variation. Now the variation's full of shakes, and the shakes the whole way through the tune. If you do find it difficult, or the tune you can't get it up to the required speed because of the shakes, you could just do a G grace note strike. So wherever there's the shake, you can just replace it with a G grace note strike if they are causing you a problem. But let's look at that variation then. So the variation at the end is from this bar. 3, 4. So we're going to play the whole tune, going to run through the whole tune with the variation. So we're going to play the tune twice on the polyrhythm, and the second time through you're going to play the variation. So first part repeated, second part repeated, back to the first part, back to the second part with the variation. So on the 50 BPM with the polyrhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4.